this is this is probably going to be like the most unhinged thing I say on here, but I believe that we should all be politicians. Yeah, I think I said this before too, a little while ago actually. But like I understand how ridiculous it sounds, but if the Orange Invasion can like get a second term as president, then like I believe that we should throw out whatever basis or standard of merit we have as a nation. Plus, if you look up American political history, you know that American politics was never anything like cordial or decent. People used to fist fight back in those days, like almost all the time, and sometimes with fatal results. Like, I mean, what would you expect from a group of drunks that thought that having a dangler made themselves descendants of God, though? You know what I'm saying? The problem with American politics is that it has been the same problem since its inception. Class abuse. There's always a group of people that claim to be above the law because they're in the same class as those that make the laws. And whether it's white landowners or white rich guys or people with enough dirt to make a politician feel really bad about themselves, as long as those folks uphold the class warfare, the law is almost always on their side. And my answer to that is pretty simple. Normal people should be politicians. Like you. Like you. And hear me out. If you don't feel like you do great in the realm of politics, if you don't feel like you would make a great politician, then I implore you, I'm begging you here to at least learn about it. At least try to figure it out. Because the whole reason why American politics is so purposely complicated is the same reason why I win is hard to win if you're the one not winning. You ever played a game of I win before? Guess what? I win. But what if you don't win? Well, then I win because of this. Well, what if that doesn't happen? Well, then I win because of this. Okay, but what about if this stuff happens? Okay, then I still win because of this, and this, and this. Do you understand? Like, imagine that, except for American politics, and it just keeps adding on each time. But I feel like if we were to become politicians, we can challenge that and say, well, we win because of this, and this. And we also win because of this, and this. If you're a politician, you can change the rules. The problem, I feel like the biggest thing is that like we tend to like sort of steer away from what politics actually is in America because at the very core is literally just the rules. It's literally just the rules of America that everybody chooses to live by and everybody chooses to like get into. But the problem is that when people think of politics in America, they think of the government and this shadow organization of like of white dudes in ties just basically like telling you what to do and how to live and all these other things. And the sad part is that like that's not completely false, but also if you don't know there's not a shadow organization. Some of these folks literally live probably down the street from you. And I'm not even being hyperbolic about that. Like some local politicians probably live in the same neighborhood as you and just hide from you, so to speak. What I'm simply saying though is that like, if we have like, it's always been class warfare. It's always been about rich people in power. Like right now, our government has always been what it's always been. Rich people or people with authority because they bought it. And I'm just simply saying that like, what if we got more people who who just literally got the community to rally behind them and get themselves organically put into office without the help of like rich billionaire donors and all this other crap. Like I'm talking about just people within the community just supporting people because they like them, because that person has a good head on their shoulders, because that person understands things, and not just one person, multiple people. I 100% believe that if the orange, like, imagine being able to say imagine being able to say a political speech, and every so often just letting the F word out. And people just be like, oh, well, yeah, he says the F word sometimes, no big deal. And that just not be a controversy. Imagine just being a normal person. Do you have any idea? Like to put this in perspective, we're always talking about how politicians aren't normal people. They're always some millionaire, billionaire, bought person who is just like they're just like automatically regurgitating whatever it is the billionaire overlord tells them. Okay, fine. Would you be that? Would you be that? If your answer is no, then maybe run for office. And I'm not talking about run for president. I'm talking about run for the stuff that actually matters, like your local, like your local and state governments, because the local and state governments are always much more powerful than the federal one is, like without question. Like I said, I know for a fact that it's going to sound really complicated. It's going to sound ridiculous. But if you don't want to actually be a part of politics, by all means, don't be a part of politics if you don't want to be a part of it. But at least learn about it. Take the Not blow the dust off of your old civics, not off your old civics textbook, and just start reading it. Because you, as a regular person, have power in this country outside of just voting for things. And also, if you can organize people to actually get together and vote for things, you can make things happen. There's rules. The rules actually benefit us, the citizens. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even just a matter of having your rights to do whatever you want, as much as it's simply just being able to change the rules in your favor if enough people can get together and say, hey, change these rules or we're going to get you, or change these rules or we're going to fire you. Did you know that you can actually oust people? Did you know that you could oust people out of positions of power? Did you know that? You can. It's very possible. I'm just saying, like, the community efforts can actually, like, come in a big way. If you don't want to be a politician, don't be one. But at least understand what kind of powers and what kind of abilities and what kind of authority you actually uphold as a person. Because you're not just a cog in the wheel, you're also driving the car. Okay, that's it. Love and peace.